I'm conscious of the fact I've been here a long time. I'm conscious of the fact it's raining. I'm going to close with a few remarks, if I may. When we make our decision on October 2nd next, we're going to make a choice that will have a consequence for a generation, even though we make it on a day. We will send from Ireland a clear signal, political and psychological, about who we are and where we think we belong at the end of the first decade of the 21st century. And that signal will be heard, interpreted and understood in the cabinet rooms of our partner states in Europe, in the parliaments of our partner states in Europe, in the institutions, the Parliament, the Commission and the Council of the European Union. And that statement we make will be heard in the boardrooms around the world, whose collective decisions have brought new energies to our economy. And we need to think with great care and to focus with great attention on what that signal will say and what the consequences of that signal will release. Europe is the best partnership our small state ever had. We've turned our country round from being a failed economic entity, the poorest region of the British regional economy, to being one of the more successful states in Europe. We have in the past 3 decades, in spite of our problems today, doubled the number at work, trebled our real income as people. We've done it through massive growth in exports by 6,000%, mostly into Europe's markets where we earn our bread and butter. And this has been the magnet to attract more international investment to this small state in 20 years than the sum of all such investment in Brazil and Russia and India and China combined. And the magnetic strength has been our capacity as a people and our access to those markets. There are now voices today in the campaign, narrower voices, voices from the past, trying to bring us back in some directions that we departed from. I have no nostalgia for the time of my childhood and youth when we suffered from dreadful emigration, an emigration that broke the backs of our communities and broke the hearts of our families. We've stopped the flow of that after 150 years, and vital to that has been our membership of the European Union. You see, I don't agree with the people who put them up, but I do agree with the sentiment. We won our freedom, and it is a gift to use, a gift like the story of the talent in the Bible. You use your talents and you use them well and you can prosper. When those people in 1916 fought as they did, and when the War of Independence eventually yielded that freedom, it wasn't given to us to have to ask someone in an opposition to Europe campaign. I know the answer. Sean Lemass, who went on to be our Taoiseach, fought in the GPO. Sean Lemass took the first steps in Ireland's history to bring us towards Europe. And Patrick Hillary, who brought us in, correctly described our going in as our second act of independence. We were politically free, but economically unfree, locked into a colonial relationship. I want to say, if I can, on our role in Europe, that our place should be clear. But there's another thing at stake here, and I will let you go, not just our role as a nation, but I'm tired of the vision-free quality of our politics. It's also about the soul of our nation. I'm looking at the voices that want to call us back with a paralysing nostalgia to the past. Europe is a bridge to hope. A yes vote is a first step on the road to recovery. My last word, because I've tested you in the rain. People are angry with our politics. People are angry, and righteously so, about the state of affairs in our small republic. I want to say to people, save that anger for when it matters. But on October the 2nd, save yourselves, save your families, save our country and save our continent, because Europe is depending on us to do this. Ernst and his friends were there. And when I've worked in European Parliament and people here talk to us about militarisation and so on, that's not my Europe. I've spoken to people, relatives of people who died in Berlin in 1953, fighting for freedom. I've spoken to people who survived for your future and your families. Go to Minimagad Galer.